Hey guys, I've been getting some requests to see more of the process of the dyeing, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of that, like mixing some colors. I already tied up the shirt, but you can see me applying the dye to the shirt, and then I'll unfold it when it's ready. My little setup here in the corner of my room. This is soda ash, and I usually put about about 2 parts soda ash to 1 part dye. This is a quarter teaspoon, so give it like a couple quarter teaspoons full, and because I'm going to add about a quarter teaspoon of dye to that. And then I'm going to grab my turquoise. Gonna add about 4 ounces of water. Add a little bit of fuchsia. See if I can do this one-handed. Shake it up real good. I used warm water to helps the soda ash dissolve. Okay, now we're at the dyeing rack. This is a new experiment. I did a combination of sinew, which is this yellow cord that you see here. It's an artificial sinew that's waxed so that you can get really tight pulls. So these areas here will mask the dye from getting into the shirt. And then new technique, and I'm just trying, is using a clamp to hold some of the pleats together there. See how that works? Theoretically, I'll get a circular spot where you see that'll mask the dye. And okay, so I've got my purple. I also added just a touch of black to get like a really nice dark purple. It's going to be on the blue side, like more like maybe like a real kind of a navy blue with a hint of purple. And then I'm going to go in, let's say right about here where these pleats start to fan out. I'm saturating really good in here where it's tied, because it's tied really tight, and I want the dye to kind of get in there in between the folds a little bit, but not too much, because I want some white to be showing too, which it will, because I tied that sucker pretty tight. So it's you kind of got to go by feel. If you've been doing it for a while, you'll just know how much dye you need depending on what you're going for. Now, as I'm getting out here where it's tied not as tightly, I'm using less dye. Now I'm going to come in with my my giant tweezers, and I'm just going to peek in here in these folds, and just to see how well it's gone down in the cracks. So I'm just sort of pulling apart and peeking down in there to see how much saturation I'm getting. These areas I'm still seeing quite a bit of white when I pull apart these folds. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more. Okay, now I am trying to make like a kind of a mustard yellow. So first I'm adding my soda ash. To get like a darker yellow, I'm just going to use what's left at the bottom of that purple that I just had, that blue purple. I'm going to add like a full big overheating scoop of yellow. And then I'm going to add also just a tiny hint of black. And when I say tiny, I mean tiny, like the smallest amount I can almost put in this spoon. See that? And that should give me a nice kind of a dark yellow type situation. Looks like maybe it's going to be a little bit of a green tinted yellow. I'm going to just try a little drop on the side here to see what comes out. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like it. All right, so now what I'm going to do is flip the whole shirt over, and I'm going to dye the same parts that I just did in blue on the other side. So this is the back side of the shirt, but the way that it's folded, both the front and the back are in these folds. So you're gonna see both colors on each side of the shirt, basically, if that makes any sense. All right, I just mixed some straight up yellow this time. There's just the tiniest little hint of that green left in the bottle because I just still wanted to give it a slight tinge. I'm gonna also go just around the edges here with what I got left over. We got a little bit of white showing. We'll just get a slight hint of yellow around the edges. Now there's a print, and this is this kind of the center of the shirt right here. There's a print there, so I want to go with a light color so I don't get too busy over the print. But I want to think of a color that's gonna complement it to do a real quick spray on this side. I got to think about what color I want. All right, I've mixed up a little brown, a little custom greenish brown. Let's see how it looks. I'm gonna test it on the side here real quick, just to make sure it's not too dark. I think that's perfect. I'm gonna put it in a grocery bag. The reason I'm doing this is the dye needs to remain wet while it's curing or setting or whatever. All right, see you soon.